Hi everyone. Here I am again with the same issue that I have been on here the last 2 episodes about. Um, really sorry, I'm trying to get this resolved. um, I just don't know what to think right now. I did that book. If you've been following along, you'll know what I'm talking about. I did that book for that dude yesterday, the right one. And I turned it into him. And I was so happy that that was done and over with. And I moved on to my next job. So I wake up this morning to yet another email from that dude saying that the formatting is off. And so what happens is I always send 2 documents. I send one document that has all of the I should apologize for everything coming out of my mouth and my sounds and my lack of talking. Sorry. I'm going to try to hold it farther away. I don't think that'll help with the talking problem, but whatever. Maybe with the dry mouth noises. But anyways, so I send the 2 documents. One has my work, so they see what I've done. And then the other document is a clean version because it's odd to me, but the majority of people that I do books for, they don't scrutinize the work. Because they're just a lot of them are people who keep churning out books on Amazon every week or every month. Excuse me, sorry. And they have ghostwriters. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good, but their goal is to just get a book out that makes sense and it's not grammatically effed up. And that's that. So, but anyways, so the guy said that the clean version that I sent him, the formatting was off throughout the whole book. And oh my God, I'm so frustrated because I don't check anything in the second document. All I do is I make sure it's clean. I just accept all the changes and then save it and then close it. Really, really sorry about this mouth. So I opened the document and sure as shit, the formatting is off. I can't re-record. Sorry, guys. I've tried this 3 times already. So, yeah, I couldn't fucking figure it out. And so I just ended up getting some help from one of the freelancers that I work with. And that was that. And I've sent it to him. And he lives in Australia. So the time difference is literally night and day. So I'm not going to know if what he thinks about it until tomorrow, but there really can't be anything else wrong with that book. The formatting's fixed, everything's fixed. And that's never happened to me before either. So I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know if it's just because it's a big book, a large file or something like that. But anyways, the point is, despite how I sound, I don't know, because I don't really know how to talk that well. And you might question whether or not I'm actually good at grammar based on the crap that I say, but I am. I love it. But I'm just still finding myself frustrated because I never make these many mistakes in a row. It never with one client either. And I don't like the way that feels. And sorry, I'm saying all these ands. I'm just trying to make sure I don't lose my thought. Oh, whoa. No, I lost it. What was I talking about? Sorry. I don't know. Grammar. Maybe it'll come back. I don't know what I was talking about. I'm sure I was talking about my frustration. Yeah. So, anyways, I know that people make mistakes. I make mistakes. It's normal. It's fine. I make mistakes all the time, just in life. And I've made so many of them. I don't even really pay attention to the ones I make on a daily basis. I don't know. I just am making mistakes. Maybe I turned the wrong way when I was trying to go somewhere or something, I'm always making mistakes, but I'm used to that. My life has been filled of like trial and error, and there haven't always been a lot of people around to guide me in the right directions. So when I'm left to my own devices, I have to figure shit out on my own. I don't know where I was going with that, but I just feel disappointed, and I still feel embarrassed. And you would think that because you're messaging somebody, you don't have to talk to them on the phone. You don't have to do a video with them. You're never going to meet this person in real life. And people would think that that would lessen the amount of embarrassment I currently feel, and it just doesn't. It doesn't matter to me that, like, I'll never see this person in real life. It's the fact that I did something for somebody that they hired me to do, and instead of just turning in a complete, like, product at the very end, like I always do, I'm still fucking up. And I don't like that. I don't even know if I feel like I'm kind of repeating myself from the last couple of episodes, but, you know, I have spent years making sure that the mistakes that I make, I rectify very quickly. And this is the first time I've had somebody go back and forth, because, like, the first 2 times I did it, you know, there was still shit fucked up. And I'm not used to that. Like, if somebody wants something fixed, I can do it once. I send it back, they're happy. I've never had this issue. And it's just weird because, like I said yesterday, when you make mistakes out at jobs, like when I was working for other people in person and I would make mistakes, it wasn't like a regular thing, because once you get into your job, you kind of know the ins and outs of it, unless something new pops up once in a while. And so if I were to ever make mistakes, I apologized and I quickly fixed whatever the issue was. And I moved on. And I know that's because I had already built relationships with coworkers, and so I didn't have to feel like as embarrassed, because they know me, they knew me, you know, if that makes sense. So, and not to mention, my entire life with any job I have ever had, I don't care how big or small it was, my goal was to master it. Like, and if I couldn't, because you rarely can master anything, my goal was to keep chipping away at it and learning more and more and more about the job, so that there was less of a chance that I would come off as incompetent, or all of the things that I don't like in other people who are legit like that anyways. I don't know, like, and that's kind of fucked up too, because there's people who don't mind just going to work and fucking around, and people seeing them do that, and they're still getting paid. Like, they don't care. There's people that actually don't care that they're being seen doing nothing. I will never understand that. That was never me. I was always doing something. And I wanted to do it to the best of my ability, and I didn't want to be regarded as like something that's not positive, you know. And I know it was that whole masking thing, because I was trying to portray the version that I wanted people to see of me, which was, you know, I'm put together, I'm very intelligent, I know what I'm doing, I seem capable. And I am all of those things. I have been all of those things, but I didn't allow room for grace, I guess, toward myself. I mean, like, I did like regular mistakes and stuff, but those were very few and far between. I was by far not perfect, but I would go out of my way to make sure everything that I did that I was getting paid for was like the best it was going to be. That was the best I could do. And I always produced like good work because of that work ethic. So I don't really handle somebody being displeased with something that I've done for them. don't handle that very well. And like I had said before, it's not this guy's fault. He has done nothing wrong at all. This is all my stuff. And I thought yesterday was going to be it. And I thought I was going to be done with that dude and he would just kind of like go away and I would probably never see or hear from him again. But it was just, I woke up this morning because I have all this work I still have to do. Like, I'm going to be working through the weekend probably. Yeah, I definitely am. But I woke up, I was like, oh, I'm motivated, let's get back to it. And then I look at my phone and that's like the first thing I see is his message. Like, hey, sorry about the dry mouth. He didn't say that, I did. But he was like, hey, the formatting, you know? Oh my God, like, and I'm not going to go into the whole, like, poor pity me, this is what I think of myself, because yes, I'm still engaging in, like, a lot of, like, negative self-talk, or I was. It's, like, way later into the evening. I'm not really feeling that way anymore, because I finished that book, like, hours ago, but I was just thinking about it, and I just don't know how to deal with it being okay that that happened, and that these things might happen again. And I don't know. I just think that there's people that can handle this kind of stuff very easily. Like, it's no big deal to them. And, you know, I do see that because, like, I have a client profile because it's what I call, so I have a freelancer profile, which is like where I do all my work. And then I have a client profile where I hire people to do things for me that I don't know how to do. So a lot of the clients are just like, you know, people who post jobs. They're usually bigger projects. Sometimes they're smaller things. My jobs are like, format the table of contents for me. I don't know how to do that. Or, yeah, usually it's a formatting issue. And so I'm always like hiring somebody to like fix the issue with me. Now I have regulars that I work with. But still, I don't know. I mean, I just want to do everything myself. I want to be able to do it all myself and not have to rely on other people. You know, like waiting until Alicia gets home from work to see if she could take a look at it and perhaps fix it for me, because I knew I did not have time to look at that fucking thing because I had other books to get to today. And that's why I ended up just hiring out to get the formatting correct. I just want to be able to do it all myself, and I know that that's not realistic. People can't do everything on their own. They need other people. I also wish that I was perfect. I wish that, like, I never made any mistakes ever. At least when it comes to work, you know, because when they say, like, what do you do for a living? It is a living because you're doing whatever you're getting paid for. A good portion of the time that you're awake every day, you're living, like, this is what you do for a living. And I don't know what I was just saying that for. I really should just, here's the truth. I had like a pot chocolate bar about an hour ago, and I think I messed up the math when it came to how many milligrams. I think, let me see. Oh yeah, that was way more than I thought that I had. Oh my God, this is like my fucking life. I can't even take pot normally. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a downer. This is just, what the fuck is going on? Is this some universe lesson that I'm supposed to somehow, like, get, like, oh, it's okay, just be laid back, just, it's okay, you make mistakes, no big deal, everybody does it, move on. I can't do that because I will dwell. I have been dwelling on this. And if you're listening to this, you know too, I have been dwelling on it. I can't believe I'm coming up on 15 minutes talking about the same issue, wishing that I was a perfect person that made no mistakes, that did not embarrass myself like this. And at the root of it, it's just, I don't want to disappoint people because, yeah, I do care what they think about me. That's, I think, what I was talking about is like, yeah, what you do for a living, you do it for years, and you should be good at it. You think that I would be good at it. So when somebody's like paying to have you do something for them and you say that you've been doing it for a very long time, you should be like delivering work that has no errors. And I don't know, that's just how I feel. Like, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been good at grammar my entire life. I've just been doing this editing stuff for the last several years, and I think I'm good at it. I study every day. I have books on copy editing. I'm always trying to better myself to avoid stuff like this from happening. And I know it's not a big deal. Rationally, that part of my brain is still working. I know it's not that big of a deal. It just feels like a really big deal. And I don't know how to make that feeling go away. Like, because something like this is going to happen again, I know. And I'm afraid I'm going to feel the same way, because this is how I feel every single time I make a work mistake. You know, that's when people saw me the most. When I was out at a job working, I was performing all day long for these people. Not for like, I'm talking about like coworkers, you know, ordinary people, like those people. Not like clients or anything like that. But like I worked hard to craft my image so that I was as good as they come, and I did so well that I easily, like, I was one of the top counselors everywhere I went. Me and Alicia, because we work together, but I've talked about that before. We were just like, we have the same work ethic, and we just kind of like rose to the top pretty quickly because that's how much we care about our work. And you know, as much as I was trying to portray myself as flawless as possible, I guess I could say, as much as I was trying to do that, it actually wasn't working that well. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know, when you're thinking back on stuff and in that moment you thought that like you fooled everybody, but then time goes by, and when you think back on that situation, you realized, no, you didn't fool anybody. You thought you did, but you didn't. And I can think of some situations, you know, when I was at a job and I thought I was fooling somebody by knowing what I was doing when I didn't. And, you know, it's just, I've had situations like that. They were less frequent the more years I had working. Like, I got better at this over the years, but I never was able to handle criticism very well. And I know that nobody's perfect, but when it came time for like those annual reviews, I dreaded them because I knew that there was going to be something in there that was going to say, you can improve upon this. And there should be things like that in annual reviews. That's what they're for. Like, here's what you're doing that's great. Here's what you're doing that maybe you could work a little bit more on. I know that's what those are for, but I never wanted to have anything be said that I needed to improve upon, because I just wanted to be good at all of it and for people to think I know everything. Because, like, and it's that rejection sensitivity bullshit that I have. Like, I hate it. I hate, like, somebody gives me a look and I take it so personally. I wish I wasn't like that. Those reviews at jobs I've had, I would have nightmares over how those would go, because I never wanted to be viewed in a negative light, because I don't know, I had enough of that growing up. And so I realized that if you can just become a good actor, you don't have to relive your childhood in your adulthood. And you know, that's so fucked up, because most of us do. Like, we're just acting out our fucking childhoods as adults until we figure out what we're doing and go to therapy and get help for it, or find out that we're autistic and we're halfway there. I don't know. I don't know. I just needed to get back on here and like talk a little bit more about this. I'm sorry if this was like a little all over the place. I don't know what to do about this. I think probably I'm just overtired and I'm overthinking way more than I usually do. And I'm already plotting for like, how can I be like the perfect copy editor that makes no mistakes? Like, because I already know books that I finish going forward, I'm going to triple check them before I send them out to the client because of this issue. Even if it's the first time that this specific issue has happened, I know that like I will not forget about it for a very long time. And so, yeah, I should probably, we go back to see my therapist in a couple of weeks for a marriage session. I think I'm going to schedule an individual session with my therapist because I don't know, I go when I feel like I need one, and I feel like I need one because I'm not doing too well with people not really happy with the stuff that I'm doing. I don't know. I'm just going to end this now. This is already very, very long. If you're still listening, thank you. I really hope that you guys can relate to this. Next time I get on here, it will not be about this issue. At least I don't think it will be. Okay, thanks. Bye.